They should leave. Hi, DL.
What's up, DL? We're discussing some things, DL.
Always.
We found a guy downstairs in Times Square. He has no tongue, and we're trying to get him up here. And he claims that he made the first rap record.
Really?
Not the first rap song, the first rap record. But he has no tongue, so we don't know what that.
Then he's responsible for white people saying nigga, huh?
Yes,
If he made the first rap record.
He's his Grandmaster. That's his name.
Yeah, it's always funny because they always go, well, we learned how to say nigga from hip hop. Like, what came first, nigga or Grandmaster Flash? I mean,
I got it from Richard Pryor.
Right.
That was where I got it from.
Yeah, but your father didn't.
No.
My daddy did not say the word, DL Hughley.
He didn't?
No.
No.
Not when he came home and saw that guy in bed with his mom. And he wanted to.
My grandma said colored, though.
Really? Yeah, that ain't. We've been everything.
She said colored, but I mean, she wasn't. I swear to you, she wasn't racist. It was just that's
been like
that's all she
colored,
knew.
African American, Negro. I just just give me the memo on what we are next. I don't.
Yeah, no, my dad absolutely never said the word.
He never did.
Nope.
Wow.
Unless he's said
Then
it
you're
outside
the
the
one.
house.
Then
I
you're
don't
the
really
one.
say it. I'm not one of those guys that don't really say it. I'm not comfortable saying it.
No,
it's the only reason why I don't really just throw it out there.
Here's the thing. I just think that a lot of people have had that experience. Like, I don't think a lot of people have. I should say, I don't think a lot of people have had that experience. I think most people have heard it from somewhere. It wasn't in hip hop. Like I guess the word came up for the first time in American literature in the 1800s. Well, Sugar Hill Gang came in the late 70s. So it was before rap.
Sure. Right.
So it's just it's hilarious to me. But it's hilarious. Everybody gets worked up about, man. Like I guess now, what everybody what the media is telling me how beautiful Caitlyn Jenner is. But how manly Serena Williams is.
Fuck, were you? Oh, that was your tweet.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant fucking tweet, by the way.
Wait.
So I retweeted that yesterday off of somebody
else.
else.
The chick that's a man, that used to be a man, is beautiful.
Yeah.
But the woman is not.
The beauty is, I'd fuck both of them. That's the beauty.
That's a great statement on the mainstream media, though.
Yeah, but it was clearly the mainstream media. It was the New York Times. It was the New York Post. It was Vanity Fair.
You got to be really careful how you talk about Caitlyn Jenner for some reason.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
They're just afraid of saying the wrong thing. It's not even based in sincerity. It's people being afraid of getting in trouble for saying the wrong thing.
I don't get it.
And now it's getting more and more confusing because Caitlyn Jenner is seeing another transgender. I think.
Well, here's the thing that's funny to me.
Really confusing.
Is she was on ABC for 5 minutes. I mean, for 2 hours, telling everybody she's becoming a woman. I was like, this chick ain't been in a woman 5 minutes. She already talking a lot. So it's just, and why would you give up being a white man for anything? Like I don't understand.
To be an old white woman.
Oh, I don't get that. Like he ain't gonna like when he find out he making 78 cents to every dollar he used to. That ain't gonna be fun.
And I know he loves to play golf.
Yeah.
So how awkward?
At Calabasas.
How awkward is that? Now he walks up to the ladies' tees?
Yeah.
Or does he stay with the and plays from the tips with the rest of the guys?
The thing about it is like when men get older, we produce more estrogen. Women get older, they produce more testosterone. So Bruce could have saved the money and just waited. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
He's close.
Look at Madonna. So she looked like William Dafoe. So every time she come on, I think, why does Sergeant Elias have on hot pants?
Yeah, you should have seen when Tom Berenger was up here. She threw him off some little Asian girl. It was really uncomfortable.
And ESPN defends giving Caitlyn Jenner the Arthur Ashe Award at the ESPYs and applauds her enormous courage.
Here's the thing.
But what about the the college basketball girl who died?
Lauren Hill.
Thank you. I forgot her name for a second.
Yeah.
She should have got the award.
It was sad to me because, Arthur Ashe was from Richmond, Virginia, when obviously, the segregated South in a very white sport where he was oftentimes threatened and he faced AIDS and dignity and HIV when nobody knew anybody with such dignity and courage.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner put on a dress. It's not the same thing. Mm-hmm. And it's insulting when they tell us you're brave and they compare who they compare Jason Collins to being Jackie Robinson.
Right.
It's not the same thing.
Right.
Like I respect your choices. I get that the president calls you, but it's not quite the same thing.
It would have been brave for Bruce Jenner if it happened in 1977. That would have been a brave move.
What?
Holy fuck.
Or if he didn't have if you don't have your dick, I mean, like that's brave. Like you cut your dick off, but if But if you still get your dick, it's just you just.
It's not as brave.
You're playing dress up. It's
Right.
kind of what you are.
It's,
Well, I
it's
don't think
brave, but not as brave.
Yeah, right.
The problem isn't Caitlyn Jenner. The problem is the press and the way they cover it.
Of course.
Because I saw the Diane Sawyer interview. I was impressed. I was like, hey, he's handling it well, and he's not being. He's just trying to kind of control the way the story gets out
Right.
there. And I thought he at least behaved with dignity. The press, the way they won't make fun of it on TV, like comedians are not supposed to make.
Shit.
It's like, come on, of course.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
I got into an argument with for the tweet I made. Here, clearly the media is waxing poetic about how beautiful she is, and then denigrating how manly Serena is in the same in the same month in the same news cycle, and it's a little insulting. It's a little insulting that you would talk about her flowing mane and the way she looked in the God's leopard print, and then how manly Serena is.
What did they say about Serena? I didn't
They
read
basically
that.
said she was like a man. They've called her gorilla. They've said all kind of demeaning things. And to me, look. First off, tennis ain't full of lookers anyway.
No.
Have you seen Billie Jean King and Martina Navratilova?
Two of the nicest guys I've ever looked at.
Right, I mean, but she's a stunning woman. Like she's a physically stunning woman to me.
Then every once in a while you get a nice looker on the
She can't play. Konikova was a great
she was
looker.
just middle of the road, but she was
couldn't play.
she was so hot that they made her sound like she was a better player than she really was in the end.
The players look like, and Chris Everett, she was cute.
We saw her last night.
How she look? It ain't holding up nice.
And she was a tennis player. Those legs are just She's in Trainwreck. We went to the premiere last night.
Yeah, I heard it's great.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I heard it's getting great reviews.
It's going to do very well.
I heard it's getting great
It's
reviews.
got a lot of competition, though. It's got to deal with the Minions. It's got to deal with Ant-Man.
Different genres, though. It's not like it's the same type of thing.
True.
Minions.
I'm
is
probably
different.
gonna go see Minions High. I can't get a kid to go with me. That's a little weird.
You go with us. I might go today with my kids.
Yeah, see, you
We'll
got
pick you up.
an excuse.
I kind of like. I don't care. I like some of these animations. They're all right to sit through.
Despicable Me was just hilarious.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
Despicable
I'm
Me.
sorry.
That's that one I liked. The
sorry.
last one I hated was they did an offshoot with the penguins from Madagascar.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That movie sucked. But
Even
the
to
rest of them
kids,
are
that
really
sucked.
good. I saw Inside Out recently. That was fine.
I didn't see that.
SpongeBob was good. I have to see all of them.
And your kids like it. See, well, my son. My oldest son. He has. I told you about Asperger's.
Yes.
Now he has a girl.
Wow,
He has
really?
a girlfriend, and he acts so normal. I guess apparently the cure for autism is pussy. 'Cause this dude.
He's changed.
Let me tell you something. This is a true story. So in January, he was literally talking about killing himself. In January. He was so depressed. So I said, "You're gonna come to work with me." We started working together and hanging out. And it really, he got a girlfriend. It was great. So it's flashed to last Thursday. So he told me he was going when him and his girl were driving down. He loves UFC. I told you he did Krav Maga.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked for $1,000 so he could go there and get tickets and go. And I said, "Sure, you're going. Even though you're 26, you're going down there. You're going down there with your girl." So Friday, I'm performing. My wife called me and said, "Have you looked at your son's Facebook page?" He didn't go to UFC. He went and won a kickboxing tournament. This dude went and won.
He doesn't tell you that's what he's
He
really
didn't tell
doing.
me, so first he could give me my grand back because he's a liar.
Yeah.
And when he gets back, I'm very proud of him for making steps that he clearly is uncomfortable making, and I'm very proud. But I'm not as proud because he lied to get the bread.
Yeah.
So. But he's a kickboxing champion. So when he gets home, we're gonna watch the Marvin Gaye story together.
and you're not gonna. What are you gonna do about it? He lied, and that's the end of it. He won.
You're gonna have to just deal with that deal.
Yeah, I just thought.
In the end.
What if he had lost and I'd have been had a whole grand that he lost? But I'm very proud of this cat. He's got a great.
He's that good at kickboxing.
He really is. You should see it. You pull him up. He's spectacular.
I don't think I've ever seen a picture of your son.
He's on my Instagram, I think. I don't really put my pictures of kids because he has a picture of his girlfriend is half Persian and half white. I only dig the Persian part of it, but they give her. Boy, you put a picture of that up, boy. They give her.
It's the DL Hughley show, I believe, on
that's
Instagram.
the kid. He's the kid right
Okay.
there.
Right there, right?
Looks like Anderson Silva.
Yeah, he does.
Wow, he looks like a young Anderson Silva.
This dude, I'm talking about, is diesel ripped. He probably is 2% body fat.
He looks like he would be a problem.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know it. That's the
Yeah.
thing. You get beat up by Rain Man, it'd be fun.
When is your radio show on?
3 to 7.
Okay.
How's it going? We haven't
It's
talked to you
going-
in a while.
It's going really great. Radio people are like you talked to me about the perils and pitfalls.
Yes,
I
I
think I think they lie when the truth will do.
Right.
I think that they.
The regular radio, we're lucky here. We've had our issues here at Sirius XM, certainly, and the listeners have had to hear it, over and over again. We finally have shut up in general about it. But the one thing is, man, me and Jimmy were talking the other day. It's like they leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah.
We don't. No one ever comes to us about content on this fucking radio show.
I guess they couldn't. When you can say "fuck it," what is there?
I guess, but
what is there?
They just leave us alone. We see them every once in a while in passing.
But terrestrial radio, particularly urban terrestrial radio,
up your fucking ass. And what I said to you off air, and I think on air as well, they're lucky enough to have someone like D.L. Hughley, who's great, and then they still fuck with you. Tell them to just shut up and let you do your thing.
I just do it, and then
good
because here's the thing, urban radio is primarily women. And, there's a certain sensitivity because everything they want to do is to sell something.
Right.
Everything they want to do is to sell something. So anything that kind of impinges on that is going to be a problem. But I don't think you can do a show where you see stuff like this Bruce Jenner thing, or you see stuff what they're saying about Serena, or you see, like, to me, like the whole flag controversy. Like, I don't care if a Confederate flies his flag in his house. I just care about when I got to go get a fucking passport, I got to see nigga. I don't like fly it at your house. I don't do whatever you want.
Right.
But I don't think it should be on public ground where it's the public's.
Right.
Like they took Jesus. You can't have the Bible quotes in court on the state grounds. You can't have Christmas tree. So you got rid of Jesus before you got rid of hate. So
that's kind of funny. Yeah, they got rid of the Christmas tree a long time ago, but kept the Confederate flag.
So it just seems I don't. But you can there is just this thing where they want you to be a certain way, and you can see it in everything. Like Jimmy, you were talking about this whole a white dude who's now become a white woman. Like, first off, I don't know how you're a woman when you skip puberty and menopause.
Right.
Like you ain't had a period or a hot flash.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Right. If they was doing it like that, I wish my wife would have went that route.
Right.
but now it's not. All of a sudden, jokes have to people that they're, as much as I think jokes can hurt, but they can humanize too. I think you can see somebody in a humorous light that can make you have an affinity for them, and I think that they're just so determined to protect this narrative that it's really choking the life out of comedy.
Yeah. The fact that it's a subject that's off limits. No, I forget, somebody was doing something and they said no transitioning jokes. And it's like, you can't be respectful about something and still make fun of it? It's fucking annoying.
That was on Spike TV, I believe, right?
An award show.
An award show. They basically said the comics don't go there.
Clint Eastwood made a joke. Mentioned the name Caitlyn Jenner, and they cut it.
They actually cut it out.
Yeah.
Fucking embarrassing.
And then the president was talking about don't do prison rape jokes. I'm like, because he's I mean, first off, there's nothing funny about that. But second off, there is a tone of irony to it. Like, to me, there's absolutely no subject you can't broach with an ironic tinge. I don't think.
I think anything could be funny if done properly.
Who said don't make prison rape jokes?
I guess he was saying that it's not prison rape jokes aren't funny. I guess he was.
Obama?
He was kind of saying that, because he was visiting prison. I guess it wouldn't be funny till you left. But
but that's the deterrent. Like, why do you? That's the only reason I give my way too many taxes to that stupid government is because I don't want my asshole fucked. If asshole fucking was off the table, I'd be a much more belligerent citizen.
Fuck you, officer.
Exactly.
No, fuck you, dude.
Go ahead, arrest me. What are you gonna do? My asshole's safe.
Look, most of the pictures I've seen of Caitlyn Jenner, they're brutal. They're fucking brutal. I mean,
she looks like Mrs. Doubtfire.
But every once in a while, yes. But every once in a while, you do see a photo that's amazing. But it's all the airbrushing and all the the work that goes into those type of photo shoots.
Impress me. Have a nice driver license picture. That's the one. That's the one.
Right.
But
the press is.
Yeah.
So the press is so repulsive, they pit us against each other in a weird way. It's like then the instinct is to go, well, Caitlyn Jenner is like, fuck this and fuck. When like it's like, Caitlyn's actually, Bruce or whatever you want to say, is just being nice. But the press is so annoying that we hate the press so much. We start looking at Caitlyn Jenner and going, what the fuck? You don't look that great. When
but she doesn't.
But she never said she did. She just kind of showed up and is like.
The thing. When is being honest about something, like okay. I don't know a lot of people who used to be men that are this wouldn't be awkward, But when they try to make her, like I had this argument with somebody, this transgender person, she was saying, well, what about all the transgender people of color who've been killed? I bet you Caitlyn Jenner wouldn't know one of them.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't know
Not
one
one
of them.
name,
Now,
right?
how is the old white dude now the symbol for racial oppression? That's what I don't get.
And why aren't we bringing up that he's extremely narcissistic?
And let me tell you this.
He's loving this attention, and not because he really. I guess he believes in the cause to a point, but not like they're making it out to be.
Here's what's the symbol of absurdity. The very person, 2 houses, not making this up at all. The woman that he had the accident when killed, 2 doors down from where I live.
Wow, really?
2 doors down from where I live.
That's where she lived.
She lived. Her house is dark. I see it every time I pull up my house. And I watch this guy on a magazine, and everybody's talking about how great he is, and I know like 2 doors down from my literal neighbor on my street in Calabasas was the woman he killed.
Well, but that's what that was Bruce, not Caitlyn. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to know whose name is on the warrant. Whose name is on the
Bruce's
subpoena?
problem, not Caitlyn.
They said there won't be
is-
any charges
Yeah,
filed.
I know.
But even at that, you're not. Even at that, there's a physical reminder.
You live that close.
That close, literally. Her house is dark. Like the other day when we were going last night when I was going to the airport, my daughter and I were going. A light was on, and she was like, I guess maybe her family members is by. But it's just no one talks about stuff like that. And I'm not saying that. You're the totality of who you are and all the things you've done, not just the things that the media wants to extol the virtues of.
And if the media really cared about this topic, they would have given Chaz Bono a lot more attention. Because that was, 4 or 5 years ago, and it wasn't the same attention as Bruce Jenner.
I like that
becoming
Chaz
Caitlyn.
Bono is now the leader of North Korea. I think I think that's really nice.
I like that I now know where D.L. Hughley lives.
Yes,
I just have to
exactly.
count to 2.
Right? Yeah, just go right over, man. I'm like, and when I first found out about it, I remember I talking about it on the show. It's just, it's surreal how the things that you read about are kind of. They're that close to you. But
Have they made you try to do some of those fake prank calls and all that crap
I don't
that
like
Urban Radio does?
I don't like that.
The War of the Roses and all that
like
shit. That's all fake. It finally came out that it's fake. We've been yelling that point for years, and then it finally makes a bigger publication.
I just kind of just talk shit and
Good.
did play a song. Right.
Have they tried to get you over here
Bill
yet?
Cosby is a rapist. Now here's Bruno Mars.
You see Whoopi changing her tune?
Yeah, you know why Whoopi changed her tune.
Well, we're guessing. What's your?
I would guess that, like, I defended Columbus Short, and then I was on the radio when it happened, and I remember getting a call from the people, like the sponsors, like you can't defend Bill Cosby and sell Tide. You can't do that either. But I don't. Maybe she just had a legitimate change of heart, but I don't know.
No, she didn't. It seemed.
I don't know. Some of those rape victims are pretty convincing when they talk. Like the one woman who kind of addressed her and said, "This is what happened to me," and it's like, how do you not believe that woman?
Listen,
I don't think she had a change of heart. I think she was feeling some pressure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think so.
The first 4 or 5 people, black people, was with him. But at 45, we were like, damn, this dude. I don't know if that's all the people in Times Square. I don't know if that's all the people that died of smoking or all the ones Bill Cosby fucked. I don't know who they are. Like, and people can't reconcile. Like, you can be a tremendously benevolent person and still do evil shit. Like, if you in the Bible, Satan, when he was in heaven, he was Lucifer. He was God's most beautiful angel. If you can fuck up in heaven, you can fuck up in Harlem. That's the way that shit goes.
Right.
And when people put this moratorium on the victim, like they should have said something. Why didn't they say anything?
Well, we all know why.
Right.
If you're an intelligent person, you know why.
But the idea is you don't even have to be a rich person. Like some of us nervous going to our family reunions.
Right.
How come you didn't hug your Uncle Caesar? Because he tried to fuck me when I was 6.
Yeah. By the way, Uncle Caesar is not a stand-up comedy made-up reference. That's pulled from the fucking subconscious.
And that's why
Uncle Caesar.
and that's why DL is a comic.
Right.
You have him
Yeah.
to thank.
Right.
Uncle
What is that
Caesar.
song? Hey.
Yeah, Uncle Caesar fucked the funny into DL.
I've learned one thing about you funny guys. It all started with something dark.
Oh yeah. I used to live next door to a pedophile, and this is a true story. My father would say, "Don't you ever go over that man's house." And little boys would leave that house crying and with candy in their hands, literally.
Ungrateful.
He was a Boy Scout. Ungrateful bastard. So I like. How would you trust a dude with tight shorts and a scarf wrapped around his neck?
That was a different time.
Yeah, I know.
You just let those guys live next to you for whatever reason.
Right. And all my father said was, "Don't you ever let me catch you over his house." And little kid, you want some candy? No, motherfucker, not that bad.
Oh God,
shit, that ain't worth Skittles. Fuck that shit.
That's sad. Yeah, Whoopi had she didn't. She's not changing her tune because she, is thinking differently.
You think it's just a media?
Yeah, she felt the pressure.
Well, that, and I bet your advertiser was not going to be too happy with that either.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It might have been a combination. Like they might have said something to her,
maybe,
or she might have been, or somebody just got to her.
She usually hangs in there tough, though.
People who dig in are stupid. It's like once in a while you have to dig in, but after a while it's like, okay, you have to admit the evidence is overwhelming.
Well, I could see if it were like when I defended Columbus Short, he's a good friend of mine, and then all of a sudden,
I got to say, I'm not going to make believe. I don't know the Columbus Short situation.
He was on what was the show on ABC, and I guess he jumped on his wife, and I was like. And I was like, he obviously didn't do it. And the next day he broke in the house, and it was like a horrible thing. And I had to, and
you had to eat your words.
Yeah, but my defense of him was the Columbus I knew, and I'm sure the defense of Bill is look, the Bill that is accused of this stuff ain't the Bill that was hanging out with Whoopi. Like Cliff Huxtable didn't do anything, but Bill fucked every one of them girls. Like just, people like you can make somebody laugh so hard they forget you're a rapist. I want to write those kind of fucking jokes.
Yeah.
Then you know you've made it. Oh, my God.
This dude is so funny. Yeah. Fuck that he's just drunk.
When 50 women accuse you of rape and you're still doing 2,500 tickets.
Right.
Like, that's pretty impressive as a comedian. But it also shows you how fucking stupid the public is. Like, I understand overlooking personal things. But if a guy is pretty much, in the eyes of most people, guilty of multiple rapes, and you can still go and laugh with him for a night, you really are a very easily detached person.
Or like, well, let me tell you something. When they showed, remember when R. Kelly and that video came out?
Sure.
And then he came out with Chocolate Factory. That's the perfect album to write if you have fucking fucked the kid. That is so I think that people have. There's a connection that he has to that Bill has to, like, he was a lot of people's fathers. He was Bill Cosby. I don't think President Obama would be president if people hadn't started to see Bill Cosby in a certain light. They saw him as a father and a leader and all that kind of stuff. And it made, just like I think Glee had a lot to do with people accepting gay people. The TV shows and stuff like that, and I think he was the same way. And I think that people can't differentiate that.
They can't detach.
They can't go, oh, he may laugh on. But look at how he played with Rudy. They can't do it.
It's unbelievable how many women are involved.
Yeah, he was in the show business for a long time.
And then the wife, Camille's driving us nuts.
That's how wives were raised back then, man.
They obviously had an understanding, though.
But
she didn't. Maybe she didn't realize how far he went with this shit. But they had an understanding that he could go and sleep with pretty much whoever he wanted.
I lived next door to a pedophile who was married to a woman, and they were married the whole time. So I think that's a generational thing. I think that's just they thought you just stayed together.
Right. We got Parker Posey here.
Yes.
You're staying, right, DL?
I don't know if
you're
I can
late.
stay with this.
You're late.
I wasn't late. The driver was late. The plane was late. I don't want to be the black dude.
We get excited. We don't get you that much.
But I was. The plane was late. It wasn't me.
Okay. You just flew in?
I just flew in.
A red eye?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
to be with you and Jimmy. Come on now.
And then you're able to perform like this? I bow to that.
Well, that's the There's a couple of medically induced things that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, DL's going to get a good look at his own eyeballs in a mirror, and all of a sudden, ready to go. Well, bring her in. We can all just fucking hang out.
They're petting a dog or something out there. I don't know what's going on. Is that her dog? Roland, she can bring the dog in here. She's in the new Woody Allen film.
Well, I don't tend to watch Woody Allen films.
Why?
Because I've never seen a nigga in one. What are you talking about? Don't be stupid.
Well, you just mentioned why I do watch them. And I say that in line when I'm buying tickets to whoever will listen.
There's no niggas in here. 2 tickets, please.
Wait, not a one? Parker Posey.
Hello.
How are you?
She's a little cutie pie.
How are you?
What's going on?
Yeah. All right.
Is that your dog out there?
Yeah.
You could bring the dog in here.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm trying to be nice.
I kind of saw you. You're like,
I was like, bring the dog in. Everyone was like, gushing over the dog. We
What
want to
kind of
pet the dog.
oh, okay. Let's bring her in.
Yeah, let's bring in the dog. This is a weird day, deal. This is a really weird
Do you know
day.
who she is?
I feel, yeah, of course I know Parker.
we-
I feel like we're doing a new Mod Squad or something.
We're all tired from yesterday, and now.
Star and her poodle.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Wait, I'm allergic to dogs.
Are you
That is
really?
No, you're not.
She's lovely.
hypoallergenic? Please say.
Yep, she is.
Can a dog
All
be
right.
hypoallergenic?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
they make 'em.
I'm very
She's also
allergic.
gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
Yeah.
Wow.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good.
Jimmy,
talked
I've
to
never seen you
before.
be.
Yes.
You're familiar to me.
Yes, we've met.
I've never
I
seen you
haven't met
pitted.
you before.
That's DL
I'm DL.
Hughley.
How are you?
Hi,
sweet
DL.
dad?
Nice to
Nice
meet
to meet you
you.
too.
And
Are you
that's
right
Justin
now?
Stengel. He
Oh,
used to work with
Justin.
David Letterman.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that's my brother Eric in the
And that's
back.
Eric over there.
Eric.
The Stango brothers.
We're the Stengel brothers.
What's the dog's name?
Gracie.
Hi, Gracie.
What is Gracie doing? It's a weird noise.
She has a sore throat.
Okay. I don't have a dog, but I always want to know what sounds they make right before they shit on a console.
Hi,
There she
Gracie.
comes. Okay.
You never had a dog before?
No, I've had cats, and they died, and I could never have another pet. It was too traumatic.
Is that true?
Yeah, I just can't do it again.
Our pets used to get run over by the cars out front. And we never built a fence for some reason. We just would let it happen every few years.
Whenever
That's
my daddy got
traumatic.
laid
Not,
off,
I mean, we're not sick people, Parker Posey. We're, you know,
It's just you
we're
righteous
not,
cat.
Why
we
are you
weren't
making
smart.
fun of my name?
We love your name.
I'm not making fun of your name. I like saying Parker Posey.
That's what Woody Allen said. He goes, I wanted to just say it, a Parker Posey to the set. That was why.
I want to name my kid Parker. How about that?
Really?
How about
you
that?
Can.
Well,
Whether
if
it's
I have
a
another
boy
one,
or
maybe.
a girl.
Yeah, I
yeah,
like
you
the name
could name it
Parker.
like you
Yoga
could get away
teacher
with
in
Parker
Berlin
Posey,
who named-
girl, boy.
Huh?
It
Yeah.
could be a porno. It could be anything. Secret
Yeah,
agent,
you can
porno.
do whatever. Sure.
All it's
Parker
like,
there.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to hear about your
Parker
yoga.
right there.
I want to hear about your yoga teacher in Berlin.
His name was Andreas, and
Yeah.
his girlfriend was pregnant, and he taught me the Ashtanga practice, the primary series. It's really intense.
What is that?
It's like an hour and a half self-practice, teaching. It taught me when to breathe, how to breathe on the count of 4, the sound to make when you breathe, which is called Ujjayi breath, which is like this.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh,
It's like Darth Vader.
It's nice.
But what does that do, though,
So-
if you breathe like that?
It gets you.
That's a real question,
You
by the
create
way.
this. It relaxes you,
Okay.
and it calms you down.
I like yoga, but I'm not breathing like that, so maybe I'm doing it wrong.
you probably are. I think so.
Right?
Breathing,
that again,
breathing
Parker.
is a big.
Let me try.
That is a growl.
Fuck.
No, Darth Vader. Darth Vader.
That was you? I thought that was Jimmy.
No, I have bad sinuses. I can't do it.
Jimmy, try, please.
No, I won't
On the
try.
count of 4.
No, if we do more than two breathing exercises on the radio, the listeners grow impatient. They'll tolerate two.
Well, they should be breathing.
They'll tolerate no more
This
than
is very
two.
calculating. I'm trying to get everyone listening to breathe.
I've tried
It's
yoga,
not
but I can't
calculating.
get into the practice. I always get yelled at. You're not breathing right.
Yeah.
I can't do
You
the
hold
breathing.
your breath.
Yes, I do. I'm always told, breathe. You gotta breathe. You gotta
Because you want to
breathe.
do good, You're like, I want to get it right, so you hold
just
your
hurts
breath.
I'm a
too much.
stressed person.
Parker,
I'm
you a
very
big
stressed
meditator?
person.
I love meditation. It has calmed me the fuck down over the last
Yeah.
few years.
Good for you.
Sorry.
You said a bad word.
In front of a lady. I apologize,
That's all right.
Parker.
Dog.
I do apologize. No, I like meditation a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
How was Woody?
He was great.
Yeah?
He was great. Yeah.
Did you have to audition for this? They just gave it to you.
Here, Gracie, get in the bag.
That doesn't sound right. Gracie, get in the back and
That's
shut
your
up. The
little-
police are here.
That's your little home.
I always want. I always.
It's your little nest.
I always want to know how do you get a dog in the bag? Like she really wanted to go
Well,
in the bag.
Well,
Is
they
there-
want to be held in like in a nest. This is a
All
little
tight, right.
This is all tight, and she loves it. Woody Allen meets his actors. It could be less than 7 seconds. I hear Owen Wilson in Midnight in Paris only met him for a few seconds,
And he got the gig.
and he got the gig.
He just knows when he sees
Well,
it.
he has a casting director named Juliet Taylor, and I was at the Krakow Film Festival in Poland, and we were on the jury together. So I think she was feeling me out to see if I was, the right temperature for the part. And she brought me in right after that, and I met him and talked to him for about 3.5 minutes, and I got cast.
Were you
That was
uncomfortable
just-
talking to him?
And
Were you
now,
nervous?
and now I'm here. I was excited. I like to connect to people, It's a big reason why I'm an actor. So.
But it's
I
harder
was
to connect to
excited.
people on film though than it is in real life.
It's what?
It's harder to connect on film than it is in real life. I think.
I think it's there's something really intimate in theater, like, you know, when you're on stage or when you're acting with another actor, and you're making something live. That's a creative connection.
Maybe that's why you're a much better actor than I am, because I'm good at it in real life.
Yeah.
But then when the cameras roll, I panic.
Yeah.
Fall
Oh yeah.
apart.
Well, that can happen a little bit. But I find if you focus on the other person,
Everyone
Then it
says that,
doesn't-
but it's hard to do. It's really hard to do.
Because you're just waiting for them to stop talking
Yes.
so you can get your line in.
It's really hard to do.
Bullshit over.
She's right. I know that. Believe it. It's hard. I can't focus on the other person because I'm just looking at them and they're like,
know.
"You're supposed to talk." And I'm
Right.
like, "Oh, I was too busy watching them." I don't know how to balance that. It's very hard to balance.
yeah, you go in and out of that, right?
Yeah. It's like it's in theory it's perfect, but to actually do it is very, very difficult. To like, I listen in real life, I'll listen to DLs, but it's hard to do it when you know what they're going to say, and to act like to feel like you don't know what they're going to say.
Right.
It's fucking impossible. But you're really good. I mean, you're really fucking great.
Thanks.
She's great at it.
You didn't like when they called you the Queen of Independent Films?
I did not like it.
Okay, because you said like that was the end. Like you thought that was the end of what you were doing.
In retrospect, as I was like, oh wow, you know what that was? It was like, oh great, now my parents can, Time magazine in a magazine, it's real for them, but they don't have to worry, But in retrospect, it wasn't like a credit card could, finance independent movies. And I saw the business change a lot after 1998, and movies changed a lot. The 90s were like the 70s, and you could be, like Louis C.K. I mean, what he's doing on TV is like an auteur filmmaking, and it's on television now. So, and movies are more, they're more studio type films, and financing is comes from foreign financing, and it's worldwide. So movies have to have a broader appeal. We have video games now, so studios want to be in that with the kids because they've got them hooked. Yeah, and so the distinctive individual voice that Woody Allen kind of created, influenced. I mean, almost every actor I know and writer. It's hard to be an auteur in this country and get your movie made.
Dustin Hoffman just says it's like the worst time ever for movies, but TV is better than it's ever been. So it's like I guess TV.
It kind of switched.
Yeah, but that kid toy stuff is right. I was just smashing stupid George Lucas, and you don't have to join in. But for the way he destroyed and built things just for kids' toys, and it's just this,
Characters because the toy would sell, that type of thing. Yeah.
The nerve of me to blast George
I don't know
Lucas.
if I've ever seen a Woody Allen film. Ever.
Why?
I just never have.
Take the Money and Run. You never saw that?
Never.
Really funny. They kept
Oh, that's
stepping
a
on his
great
glasses.
Never seen a Woody Allen film.
You have a problem with Woody Allen?
No, I just never have seen a Woody Allen film.
I didn't care for Stardust Memories. My father took me to see that when I was a kid. I wanted to see My Bodyguard because that was like the kids' movie at the time. But there was a Woody Allen movie. My dad thought I would enjoy that.
Good. Do you remember My Bodyguard?
I sure do. It was all with Adam Baldwin
And
and
Casey Siemaszko, right?
Chris Makepeace, fucking Ruth Gordon. I don't know who's that.
But My Bodyguard, when they were
That's
that
a
was,
big guy, wasn't that
That's
like a
3 o'clock
Adam-
high.
That's
Adam
3
Bacon,
o'clock
3
high.
o'clock
I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no. Adam
Yeah.
Baldwin was in My Bodyguard. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
Martin Mull was the
Martin
dad.
Mull. Ruth Gordon was just trying to dance with John Houseman, I think, was the boss, right? It was a good film.
Great movie.
But I wanted to see that. We
I
went and saw
think I'm-
Stardust Memories, which was black and white and like a high-thinking comedy. I wanted to strangle my
How
father.
old were you?
12. Like, Dad, this stinks. I didn't get
Jesus.
it. Now I like Woody, but
the first movie that my dad took me to see was Bride of Frankenstein, or Young Frankenstein.
Wow.
the comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Gene
young
Wilder
That was
and,
hilarious. That was a good
Madeline
comedy.
Kahn.
You didn't like that either?
I didn't see
DL?
man. The first movie
and that
I
was
ever
black
went
and
to
white.
was my Uncle Butch took me to see Penitentiary. It was
Jeez.
and it was like we were.
Wait a minute.
That's a
Who's
hell
in
of a
that?
start.
Who's in
Leon Isaac Kennedy.
Kennedy,
and
yes. Oh,
this
that was
dude
a
named
really good
Half Thump.
prison
It's
movie.
Like prison rape was. I was like, what? I'm 7.
Yeah.
I can't go home to this.
I remember I was at a drive-in and we were watching some movie, and the late film was The Sensuous Nurse with Ursula Andress, and I wanted my dad to stay for that, and he's like, no. I didn't realize how creepy it would be to watch The Sensual Nurse with my father.
But you know he wanted to stay.
He probably did, yeah.
He was
but-
probably crying all the way home, too.
Jimmy, find your own way home.
Yeah, I'm sure I would have had a lot more questions if we stayed. I kind of wish we had, though. It would have been a better story than that one.
Irrational Man, what is it about, Parker, the movie, for the people out there?
Well, Joaquin Phoenix plays a philosophy teacher, and Emma Stone plays a student. He's kind of troubled, and the faculty, and before he comes to town, everyone's really curious about him. There's rumor that he's very interesting, kind of a star teacher. I play a science teacher, and I'm not too happy with where I am in my life. It's not the experience of my life I thought it was going to be.
Right.
Kind of bored teaching. It's not fulfilling at a point in my life where I want to get out and feel trapped. And I have a fantasy that Joaquin's character is going to rescue me and take me out. So she's teetering on in this kind of fantasy zone. And Joaquin is kind of the minotaur in the maze.
Right.
He's like, and he's so incredible. And he's such a great actor, and he brings so much of his, his waters. So it's two women around this kind of minotaur.
What's a minotaur?
Is a bull man. He's a beast, and he's like, he's troubled. He's neurotic. He's in his own head.
Thank you for not being ashamed of me because I didn't know what that was. The room felt silently humiliated for me when I asked that.
No, I didn't know either.
should've.
I just nodded like I
I'm
knew.
so
I was just like, oh, yeah, of course.
Minotaur's a big word.
I was like, I'd be damned if I'd be the one that didn't know.
I know I've heard it.
That could be the
Minotaur.
greatest explanation of a movie ever, by the way.
Right.
That's terrific. You know how to explain a
He's
movie
a minotaur
plot.
in his waters.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
His waters,
thanks,
yes.
man.
2 women around a minotaur. I'm like, I have to know what that is. I'd love
See,
to
that's
be
like,
one.
exactly. I knew it would titillate you.
You want to be a
you
minotaur,
fellas.
Jimmy?
Yes, I do.
I think we all want to be minotaurs.
Wow.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you
very
know?
symbolic.
Wow.
I met you at Amy's premiere. That's where I first met you.
You did?
Yes, I did. She loves you.
The premiere of her
Season
TV
1,
show. Yeah.
Yes.
She did a little scene with me in the movie Price Check.
I know. I saw it. It was excellent.
Yeah.
It was
she
very
was
odd.
excellent.
Yes, but it was really, really. It wasn't something I would have seen, and then I saw it, and
Yeah,
I
because a
loved
woman's
it.
in the lead.
That's exactly why. I don't
Yeah.
go for women in the lead. Only men. Sophie's Choice? Never. Never. Kramer versus Kramer, I only watch half of it. No, it was just something I only watched for Amy.
Kramer really.
You
versus
minotaur,
Kramer.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're being a minotaur, yeah.
Yes, I am being a minotaur.
You
but
guys
no,
don't like my spiel. You don't like my pitch of my
No,
the
we love
movie
it.
of
You kidding
Irrational
me?
Man. I can't tell you everything because I don't want to give.
No, I-
No, we liked it,
apart.
actually. That
I was
wasn't
being
sarcastic.
honest.
Why are
It
you
was
why are
good.
you busting my chops?
No, we
I
liked
was
it.
being
Is this
honest.
radio?
Yes, it is.
I was being honest. I thought it was a wonderful explanation.
I'm going to see a Woody Allen movie. For
And
the
your
first
eyes
time.
Are you really?
I'm going to
I don't
see-
believe you.
I promise I'm going to see it. Where can I see that? Because it ain't at the Magic
In
Johnson
theaters this
right?
Friday.
You don't think it's the Magic
I
Johnson?
bet it's not there. Yeah.
Where
Where's
do
the
you live?
Minotaur guy? Here I live in Tribeca. So
Oh,
it's,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It'll be-
So where would I go see it?
I don't know where it's opening. I should. Do you know?
No, I know
probably
it's
all over.
I know it's in theaters Friday. So I mean,
Amy
come on, it's a Woody
Schumer was
Allen.
so good in Price Check.
Yes,
And
she was.
It was she gave me a CD of her show, and I listened to it in the car. It was so funny. I'm so happy for her success.
Here's what Price Check did to me, and it really ruined a lot of people on this radio show because the first time I ever heard that "We Are the Dinosaurs" song, and that's where that comes from, is in that montage scene. We are the dino. I had never heard that before.
Marching.
She's never
You know,
heard
I don't think I didn't really watch the movie
Because there was a woman in the lead.
because I was in the lead. Yeah.
Oh, really? You don't watch yourself?
I don't like to. No.
But aren't you curious how the final product comes out?
Yeah, I watched this movie, but then when I come on, I like. I hum,
really?
I close my ears and I blink really fast.
And you wait for your part to be done, and then you continue watching.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Why are you afraid? Are you afraid you're not good at it, or are you afraid people are going to see that you're trying?
No, it's too. I don't know. It's. I just. I don't want to see it, and. Yeah.
Do you think it's like I'll watch things I do, and I'm like I normally like sometimes I'm okay with them, but usually I'm like it's
too
humiliating.
Close. Yeah, there's something embarrassing about it.
Yeah, it's like when your parents praise you in front of people. It's awful. I don't like any of that either. It makes me feel embarrassed and just ashamed.
You want your privacy.
But I don't even know if it's that because I'm a public person. Like I'll tell anybody anything. So it's like it brings out a really weird shame, even if it's good, and I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But like I watch you, and you're fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, you
So
really
like,
should.
If you don't watch yourself,
I was
none
gonna-
of us
Right,
have a
what
shot.
chance we
I am
Yeah.
ashamed.
You're that good, but you're that good. You really should watch yourself.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, you're missing out.
Oh, please.
Take a note. You got to
I
see
mean,
you.
not even. Oh, that's funny.
Which of your have you seen all of your films, or is there anything you've seen none of?
I never saw Josie and the Pussycats.
House of Yes, you've seen.
Yeah, but just once. I see them, back to your question, enough to talk about the movie as a whole, but there's something about watching it again where I just want to keep moving forward. And it's a trick, that it's a paradox. I think I'm someone else, but I'm not. I'm there on the screen. And if I don't need to go through the trip of that, then I don't have to.
Yeah.
Do you lose yourself in it? Because some people kind of become like the different people than they.
Of course, that's part of it.
Do you become that character for a while?
Yeah.
Has it ever freaked with your head?
Yeah.
It has?
Of course.
Do you have an example of that?
Well, I have a twin brother in real life.
I don't know.
And I played a twin in the House of Yes.
Right.
And I really
A great twin, by the way.
thank
Yes.
you.
A great
I really freaked
twin.
out.
Yeah.
And called I had to kill him. And when you're in like a creative process, this being able to turn that, I don't know what it is that makes me dedicated to the story of something and the susceptibility to be sucked in. But it just happened, and I was really
Does it scare you ever?
it does. It's very eerie.
Because you know it's not actually you or your personality, but for that time you're really becoming this person.
Yeah, I have a lot of synchronicity in the parts and art imitating life and stuff, and I get really, it's very uncanny. So
There was
the
incest in the
path
House
is
of
really
Yes too.
great.
So if you have a real twin, that's got to be pretty intense because there was some really,
Yeah.
really
Right.
surprising incest, which I don't mean to make that like the focal point of the discussion. I'm just saying she said she had a twin.
I
I'm
think
like,
all incest is relatively surprising. Like all of it.
Yeah, I mean-
I don't know what a minotaur is, but I know that it is.
that's very good. You normally don't go into a film expecting to see incest. Oh, it's the Mackenzie Phillips story. All right, I know what I'm in for.
And how long does it take you to come out of
A
that?
few weeks.
Few weeks
Yeah.
after filming. Wow.
Yeah.
No, it's
Is it hard when you date
Is it
people
hard for
then?
you guys to come down after the radio show?
about an
and-
hour.
About an hour, yeah.
No, no joke.
Yeah.
For an hour, I need time to just like be by myself and
you're
just.
solid.
I thought it was
whatever
just me. I literally thought it was just me. Like I hate
No, I
when
need at
people
least
talk
an
to me.
hour to hour and a half, and then I'm good for the day. It's weird.
I
it
literally
is.
forget
You
what
gotta
I
bring
did
your-
by the time I'm at the elevator. I forget.
Yeah.
Yes.
We usually go
It's
to
like improv what you guys do.
the gym and just get it out that way.
Yeah,
And then
I-
by the time I'm done with the gym, I'm good for the day. Yeah, I need that time.
Yeah,
And
I
what
do.
time do you wake up?
5:30 every day, but I'm used to it. Even on the weekends now, I get up that early. I love being up that early.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world. You ever walk around New York City at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning?
No.
It's fucking wonderful.
No.
There's not as many assholes out there. It's nice.
Just one.
I do
There's
that in the
only
country,
one.
though. There's one guy.
And he's a minotaur.
He's a minotaur.
I never thought that.
He's
that's
really
true.
angry.
We got a
He
very
has hoofed feet.
we got a very nervous person on the line who's a very good friend of ours who's a comic, and he is a huge fan of yours. I'm not setting you up. That is the
He
truth.
can.
That is the truth, though. Rich Voss, how are you, buddy?
Good. Is DL still in studio?
Hey, Richie Rich, what's happening, Big
DL
Daddy?
is here, and here,
Hey.
and Parker's here.
Hi there.
Parker
Good morning.
How's it going? I was going to come in the studio today, but I would have been too nervous.
But you didn't.
Well,
That's
you,
okay.
why wouldn't you should have done that for us. Come in here all nervous.
Rich is a big
No.
Parker fan. I said, Rich, come in with us today because she's here and he loves you and he's a great comic. So I'm like, come in and hang out with us.
Yeah,
That's why his name's
I
on the
didn't-
list.
I didn't get home till 2:00 last night. After,
None of us
What
got
were you
sleep.
doing?
We were at
I
the
went
premiere
to-
for Eric.
You
look,
what?
I went to the premiere of Bobby's TV show for FX.
Dennis Leary's new show on FX.
Oh yeah,
Sex
I
and
hear
drugs
that's really
and
good.
rock and roll.
Yeah, it was.
You know Josh Pice?
Yeah, it was great. it
He's
was
so great. He's so funny. I love him. I was just thinking about him.
Who is he?
He's this great actor who was also in Price Check with me and Amy Schumer. Yeah, he's just one of these great, hilarious actors that doesn't work enough because most television is procedural, serious, brooding, not very funny, not comedy.
I
Not
talked to him last
comedy.
night. He was great.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I
that
didn't know
guy.
his name. He plays
Put
the
my
agent
glasses
in that,
on.
or the manager.
Yeah, I don't know him by name, but of course I've seen him.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, really good.
fantastic.
Foss, why do you love Parker so much? I mean,
the movie. First of all, the movie House of Yes is one of the best movies ever made, independent movies.
Oh, thanks.
That movie was so good.
Yeah. It was so well written. You know, that was her Yale thesis. That was, she wrote, the writer Wendy wrote that in college, and it's just so inhabited. You know, the script was so, when I read it, the writing was so good. It wasn't that hard to do, and it felt like theater. We actually rehearsed that, kind of like a play.
It was
And,
so,
yeah.
it was
Thank you.
so
though.
dark. The comedy was just so dark.
Geneviève Bujold was so incredible.
I don't know, just everything she's done. It's just it's fun to watch her in movies. That's it. That's all I got. It's look, you know what I mean. Look, if I would have came in, then I would have sat there like the celebrity I am. But over the phone, I'm just on the phone. I was just another jackass calling me, going, "Oh,
Not at all. This is an excellent phone call.
it's amazing.
Yes, it's really tremendous.
I just never
Made some
heard Rich
salient
sound so
points.
tentative. He just sounds real tentative.
Yeah, it's really.
We're going to highlight this phone call for the rest of the
I
week
don't know what this
on this chat.
Listen to me. I just want maybe she saw our movie on Netflix, Women Aren't Funny. Maybe she saw that and would say,
Rich and his
that's
wife
what
made a
I thought.
movie.
Yes.
It was a sarcastic statement that women aren't funny, and his wife is
And it was very funny.
brilliantly funny.
No,
It's
it was
very
very
good.
funny.
It's a good documentary on comedy.
And I got my money back.
Is she
so
also
I'm
a
happy about
stand-up?
that.
Yeah.
Very funny stand-up.
Do you guys do shows together?
No, we don't do anything. We sleep in separate rooms still. Nothing together. No. I mean, if we're doing a theater, we'll work together, but not on stage together. We do a radio show there at the studio on Tuesday nights.
That's
called
great.
My Wife Hates Me. Whatever.
She's a very funny comic.
Yes.
That's great. Well, you comedy folks I think this is your time,
You
the
think?
self-creators of comedy and your own material. You get a TV show, you get a podcast, you get a following on Twitter.
Ooh, lucky us.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a couple
You
100,000
make it-
people telling you stink
Every
That's the
single
beauty of
fucking
Twitter.
day.
The more they can tell me I suck, the happier I
Yeah,
am.
we love Twitter. 9 years
Yeah.
ago today, Twitter was invented, by
We
the way.
should have choked it in his crib.
9 years ago today. What did you say?
We should have choked it in its crib. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that experiment is a bust, isn't it, DL?
Yo, man.
I love it, though. I
Giving
do.
too many
I
people
love it.
voices.
You don't, do
I
you?
do. For real, yeah, why not? It's like it's like doing stand up, but there's people that can react to you. Some of them are douches. So you shut
Yeah,
them
that's
down
true.
like hecklers.
That's
Some of them
true.
are okay.
That's true.
I never complain when they're nice to me.
Yeah.
I never once had to get compliments from people and went, "Shut up, you don't know me."
Yeah.
This guy-
All right, Voss, we got to let Parker
Yes.
go. They're telling us she's got to go already.
we have to wrap. We
Did you bring your clubs? Are you in New York?
just call them
You
later.
know,
and ask
yeah,
golf
I have
questions.
clubs in New York, though.
Why would you
Hey,
allow
Richie,
this? Just hang
I
up
do have
on
clubs
them.
in New
Hey,
York.
Richard, if you ever see me out and about, don't be shy to come up and introduce yourself. I
okay.
like to talk to people.
Yes.
I've met you a few times actually.
know, I
and,
knew
and I've
I'd met
never
you.
talked to you because I always think leave
They
her
don't want to
alone.
be bothered.
Yeah,
It's
she's
not
great.
true.
It's the eyes, too. You have intense eyes.
Really.
I couldn't
know if
say
I'm
this.
not smiling, I look really intense.
Yeah, you're very nice.
No,
though.
I meant that you have nice eyes. They're intense, though. There's a lot going on with those eyes.
The
She puts on her
Put on my
shades.
glasses. I'll leave you now.
All right. Rich, thank you.
Oh, wait, okay, Opie, how can I bomb when I'm telling somebody I like them? I stink.
I wish you came in here because you're really nervous. I'm not used to seeing Rich Voss nervous.
You're a panicky idiot
it's really
right now.
strange.
I understand it.
All right, Rich, thanks.
Bye.
Parker Posey, this film's going to do, great. So
Yes, I wish I'd
I
seen
hope
it.
so.
we wanted to see it. They
Woody
only
doesn't
gave us
give
one.
screeners,
They only
though.
gave us one shot yesterday, and yesterday was a tough day for us to get that.
It's interesting that he made a movie about philosophy and set it on a college campus. He's never said anything on a college campus.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah.
And he does a movie a year at this point. It's unbelievable.
I know.
He's like a take one guy too. They say he doesn't like to play games with doing multiple takes. He likes to get things pretty relatively fast.
Did you like him as a person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very likable.
Yeah. He's like independent, film director.
But he's not a
It's very
minotaur,
jazz.
though. He's not like a minotaur.
No.
He's like a what?
He's more of a
cat.
nebbishy guy.
He's not. Yeah.
He's meek.
He's a wit. He's a great wit.
yeah.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
And yet, he's a clarinet jazz musician, so not much time to get this, and let's all have dinner.
Anyone who sleeps with Woody is because he's brilliant. Like there are guys that are that smart and funny. That's how he gets women, though, or has gotten women because he's such a smart, funny guy.
Yeah.
He's charming,
But I'm saying,
Yeah,
like,
he's charming.
it's all personality with him.
intelligent.
Yeah.
Like
I
you
know
don't know you're gonna fuck him till like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Till you wake
Like,
up and the next day, you're like, oh my God, he really
how'd I
is
do
brilliant.
that? What are these glasses here?
That's what it is.
Oh Lord, am I leaving now?
We don't want you to leave. I happen to enjoy you very much.
We want you to leave in a nice way, though. You have fun?
I did.
All right, good.
I did.
We want you to come back with your dog.
I will. She's asleep. She doesn't
Yeah,
really
she
get
is.
started till around noon.
She's very happy with that
Yes.
bag.
That must be a union dog. It just